If you're building a G23vtec using H22 head, you need the timing belt gear off from H22 and put it on the F23. You would think that the H22 pump will all be the same, but it's not. So let me show you the difference. I ran across on this before. I think I have shown it in on one of my video a long time ago. That was, I think we made that about 5 years ago, I think, or it could be less. But anyway, here's the difference. This is OEM, and I'm reading 0.679 or 78, and then with the tape measure, it's almost like 5/8. It's about 5/8. And then this is the aftermarket one, made by GMB. It's less than 5/8. And then to be precise, it's 0.626 or 27. This is the OEM. Look at the difference. A lot of difference, isn't it? Yeah, thanks for tuning in again for another G23 project. It's a little bit hot today, so we're gonna be talking about getting cool for a moment here. I got a few H22 water pump on here. This is for F23. That one is already put on together. Remember the G23 turbocharged engine that I had that went out on me, and it hardly got any mileage on them. So I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna put this on the side so I won't get mixed up. This is the F23. This is already came off from it, but I just put it on just to demonstrate to you guys how am I gonna pull this off. And this is another F23, and this is the original position of the timing belt. It sticks out. So I'll put this on the side. I went and got this a puller from Harbor Freight. I just had to modify it. What I did is I have to make it a little bit useful for me because it kept coming off. I just changed the stud, put a much stronger one to make it you know how some of the Harbor Freight tools, you only not bashing them or anything, but you have to creative for it. You know, it's like you're only buying it just to do the job just one time. Okay, but the H22, it's still pressed on there. That I'm gonna take it off. So all you need to do is just and this one, the jaw of it, I have to shave it because it's supposed to before it has a shoulder. I end up shaving it. I trimmed it both sides. So this is how it goes, like so. Then I put a clamp just to hold it, and I put it on the vise. Okay. Now let's put it on the vise. Let me set the camera here. I mean, you won't be needing the pump anymore, so well, if it's brand new, so find a way of putting it on without damaging it. If you can do that. But this one is already wasted, so I don't need this anymore. But once I pull this this gear off on the H22, Remember what I said? I just put this on there just to make it a lot easier. Otherwise, it'll take forever. You need more than 20 minutes to do it. Now let's put the H22. Just whenever you put this puller on, just make sure that you're on there squarely. It'll take like multiple tries, but eventually, and make sure you're at the center before you start. I won't be needing this pump anymore, so I don't really have to be careful about it. But for those guys that buying a new water pump that don't have access to the junkyard, let me turn this thing around. Let's do it again. Once you feel that thing is going up, everything will just fall into place. Or maybe it's easier if this is installed on the block. It's up to you guys. Okay, right there. It's off. Remember the size of the aftermarket pump, H22 pump. So imagine if this is the aftermarket one, then it will be same size as this. So right now, this is OEM. If I put it on here, it'll fit right in with no problem. But if you happen to have an H22 aftermarket pump, the hole will be a little bit smaller. But no problem. All you need to do is get a drill bit, less than 5/8, and just drill it through. See, same size, and then you're golden. You can just put it on here. So next up, I'm gonna put it on the F23 water pump. This one here, if you have a propane torch, you can heat it up to make it expand, make it a lot easier. Or if you like, you can put this in the freezer overnight. Just put a plastic bag on there and put on overnight so it'll shrink itself, and it makes it a lot easier. Or I hate telling people to pound it in. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. But you just need to put a socket right here. Don't put it on. Don't put it on sitting on this impeller. Otherwise, you're gonna drive this impeller in more. So you have to put it in the center. Just be careful, because otherwise you're gonna end up pushing this impeller more, and you ended up too tight. But I'm just gonna put this on the vise. Since I'm not using this, I can just go ahead just to demonstrate how I do it. But I'm gonna find me a socket that a little bit less diameter than that one, and then I'll put it in there, so that'll be keeping that shaft pressed in while I'm driving the vise on it. Let's go do that. Just a small socket. Make sure when you do this, always wear safety glasses. Socket. And just take your time. Make sure that you have it on there squarely. I gotta make sure that it goes in flat. It's nice to have a once you get tight. Let me see, let me check. Stop. Okay, I'm already on there. And check for rotation. It rotates freely. Thanks for the socket. See how easy that is? Okay, it doesn't have to be like this one here. This one sticks out a little. But once it's flat, just stop. This is my the one that I'm gonna put on. See, it's flush, and it rotates. Okay. And that's it for putting the timing belt gear from H22 to F23. And some people they will weld this. Yeah, it's for me. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's a tight fit. Once that thing get warmed up, you know, it gets tighter. But it's up to you. I thought about drilling a hole in there and just put like a pin, and then just hammered it in. That way it won't rotate on me. But I've been successful, and it doesn't come off. And it's up to you if you want to put the Loctite on there before you drive it in. But I think since a tight fit, you'll just going to scrape that Loctite on there, so it's not really gonna stay. And you saw it, guys, and now I'm gonna put it on the block. That will be next. Quick tip: if you guys ever in need of a new seal and reusing your water pump like me, there's no need to go to your local Honda dealership. All you have to do is go to the Zone. Check this out. This is made in Japan. How do you like that? Cool. Now let's put this on. You just coat it with the lubricant. with the assembly loop. Just kind of make sure that you're on the groove, so it won't come off on you. Just make sure everything is clean when you put it on, and the seal has not walked out of your groove. The torque will be 108 pounds per inch. Just like it says here. Water pump bolts 108. That's per Haynes manual. And for your application, always double check it with your maintenance manual. But Honda's pretty much like the same. Those small little bolts, the one that takes a 10mm, they're all like torque 108. It's better to use a torque wrench. That way you'll know you're not putting too much stress on the bolt or the part. Plus also give some room for the seal to do its job as far as the sealing is concerned. You know, I just remembered that this one bolt here, it takes a special bolt. It's the one that holds the spring, the return spring. So I'm gonna change this one. This one, it takes one of these. Just recheck them. Alright guys, I'm gonna end today's episode here. Pretty much like the lower block is almost complete. It's ready to go for the cylinder head. That's coming up next. And I have shown you how to make the H22 timing gear transferred into F23 water pump. It's not really that bad, so anyone can do it. If you don't have the proper tools, just take it to a machine shop or something and let them do it. But it'll be nice if you guys can try it. Whatever means possible to transfer this gear to the F23 water pump. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you guys back in the next episode. All right, thank you.